you so much, Vikki, for this interview. I'm Katrice Albert, and I am at the national office at the NCAA, and I'm Executive Vice President for Inclusion and Human Resources, and our work is committed to making sure that there is inclusive excellence across our 1,100 member institution association, so that, we are doing our level best to make sure that our student athletes, who I call our 500,000 greatest assets, are able to compete in the highest level and have great academics, and they're able to grow. We're in the human development business, so we want them to grow and be nurtured on these campuses so that they become civic leaders on their campuses and in their communities.
500,000. Did you catch that number? Yeah. That is a strong number.
Yes.
So that subject, diversity and inclusion, has been a front runner for the entire 2019 going into 2020, and it continues to be. I think there's a concern with some folks that they're not necessarily seeing as much of the inclusivity or diversity that they would like to in various fields, including sports. Yes. But what I'd like to know from you, and I'm pretty sure some of us that are listening to this, especially in your field, are you able to see the progress? Do we have more work to do? What's your voice on that?
So I agree that inclusive excellence is necessary and vital, right? And so especially in intercollegiate athletics, where our 500,000 student athletes need to see themselves reflected in those that coach, teach, and lead them. We are making progress, but the needle is not moving as fast as we would like, right? So we have to always delight in the incremental success, but we have to demand that we move in much more nimble ways. And so in 2016, presidents across our association, university presidents, signed a pledge, which was a covenant to the student athletes to say they would do better in hiring those that coach and lead our students in terms of diversity and gender equity in head coaching positions and in athletics administration. And so at the NCAA, we don't hire. Right? We encourage, we cajole, we put people in the pipeline so that they are ready, so they're in the ready, set, go position. But presidents and ADs hire. And so we need our presidents and ADs to do much more courageous hiring practices than they have historically, so that ethnic minorities and women are a part of the process.
For those women, for those with the various ethnicities, specifically African American and people of color, what would you advise them for those who may feel this needle is not moving fast enough? I'm not getting in the door. What do I do?
Yeah, so this is what we tell all of our folks who are in our leadership development programs and our professional development programs that want to launch their careers, build their careers and success to achieving, the top seat. Part of it is making sure you have the credentials, right? So you have to have the appropriate credentials. If that requires going back for graduate education or advanced, degrees in our field, or advanced certification, so that you have the credentials that you are able to compete. I always say that no opportunity is one that you should pass up. Every opportunity is a golden one. So fellowships, internships, professional development opportunities. I think that you have to get great mentors. This is a relationship-driven business. The sports industry is relational. You have to be proximate with those who have hiring authority, right? So you've got to get mentors and sponsors and advocates that might be able to help navigate for you when roles become open. And I would always suggest that even though you don't think that the timing is moving fast enough, the timing is always right. And so many of my former students and many of my former employees always say to me, oh my God, I thought that this job was my job, but now the one that I have is really the one that I've always dreamed of.
During her presentation, and we're going to say this and then we're going to conclude, during Dr. Albert's presentation, she emphasized proximate.
Yes.
Proximate. Can you look into that camera? And for those who did not have the privilege of hearing you emphasize it, expand just a bit on
Yes.
proximate for those that are looking to advance
Yes.
in sports or any other career
Right.
who are people of color.
Right.
Proximate.
So, Brian Stevenson founded the Equity Justice Institute, and he wrote the book Just Mercy, and a movie is coming out about Just Mercy at the beginning of the year. And, he talks about the ways in which we might be able to advance and have inclusive excellence be realized, and that is to become more relational and to become more proximate, especially with people who you might not be a mirror image, right? You might not be a mirror image, but it's becoming more proximate so that you learn the lived experiences of other people. And so if nothing else, please know that especially in this business, but in many other disciplines, the relationship is so important. So the ways in which we can become more proximate, appreciate others' lived experiences, and be relational for the long haul is, I think, the way in which we can turn that needle faster.
Thank you so much for speaking with me. We are here at the Celebration Bowl, the 5th annual one, and this has been Dr. Albert. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.